And we'll welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Bros. This is Big Baby Ben.
Jim's Black.
Troy Black, baby.
Ben, what was that? You like?
Oh,
I was just thinking
blah,
about
blah, blah.
that, and I'm just like the blooper reel.
I know the blooper. And I'm
The
like,
blooper reel.
what was that? He's like, welcome to Wrestling with Bros.
I just went with it. I was like, you know what?
all right. And tonight we have a news episode, current results, touching base on the HAW show coming up. We got a lot to cover, so let's get it.
You get the SmackDown results?
Yep, SmackDown results. So we opened up SmackDown with Damage Control coming out and doing their talk. Their typical, spiel of why they're dominant, accepting Asuka into the group. But it kind of left you with a little bit of a feeling when it comes to Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky. Bayley's just not getting a very good vibe here, but she's playing it off like she is. Bayley, she's a veteran. She's smart. She knows something's up.
Mm-hmm.
But, she's just kind of playing with it, rolling with the dice right now with War Games coming up. While they're out in the ring, Charlotte comes out. Bianca comes out, but not before Shotzi comes out and tries to take out all the Damage Control on her own. And so then you kind of lead into Nick Aldis coming out, telling Charlotte's team they need to find a final member for their team for War Games. They try to recruit throughout the night. Damage Control takes everybody out as they're recruiting them. And then we get the surprise of Becky Lynch coming to SmackDown to touch her bases and accept the invite and to save the day.
Even the odds.
What's your guys' thoughts on that?
Well, first off, you had said something to me earlier tonight. About you're shocked because Becky Lynch is on Monday Night Raw. Well, it only makes sense for them to call in a favor because everybody from Friday Night SmackDown is supposed to be already in the locker room. That's how WWE presents itself. Mm-hmm. As you clearly see them going through the roster, beating the fuck out of anybody that Damage Control even has a conversation with, obviously there's not that many options. Mm-mm. So Charlotte Flair calling in someone had to be someone from another different roster or someone that hasn't appeared on our main event roster yet. Yes. And we thought, it would have been Miss Cargill, but
Miss Jade Cargill,
but it was not.
No,
unfortunately, I was a little disappointed with it being Becky Lynch because that's an obvious fucking pick. And I mean, Becky Lynch does need, a main event. She is a top tier, superstar. However, just throwing her into War Games without any type of reason of why is just kind of stale. Because it kind of feels like you're just throwing her back in the same shit that we've already seen like a million times. Like we've seen Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. We've seen Becky Lynch versus Bayley. We've seen Becky Lynch versus Asuka. We've seen it all. Like, it's just kind of boring at this point. Like, Kairi Sane is not yet, in my opinion, up there to be considered a top tier superstar.
No.
I would give her like a B-. I'd give her a B-. That being said, it just feels like this War Games was kind of rushed and kind of forced down our throats.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of time for planning.
And they filled it in with Becky Lynch.
Pay-per-view came on too quick. What about you, Big Baby? What are you thinking on that?
Adding Becky 2 belts to the scenario, it puts butts in seats. Yeah. It sells tickets. They're making a super squad here. That's what I'm calling it, super squad. This is like Space Jam, and they just added Michael Jordan. So
I can't agree when you talk about Shotzi Blackheart, or my bad, Shotzi in the mix. Like I love my women's division, but I can't agree that it's a super squad when you have someone.
She is the weak link, yes, but the other females super squad.
Yeah, the other ones, definitely. I mean, they've been around. You got 3 members of an original group called the Four Horsewomen of WWE.
They've all been champions.
Yes, huge champions.
They've all been single.
Shotzi hasn't.
Shotzi has not.
And then we kind of go into Solo Sikoa's rise to power. Paul Heyman coming out, trashing John Cena's name, acting like John Cena is going to come out, talking all this trash, but, really pushing Solo. He's pushing Solo, which kind of leads me to believe what's Roman's thoughts on this. Paul is backing Solo. He's pushing like this big, huge powerhouse. So are we going to potentially see something here at some point, potentially between Roman and Solo? Because it's really being pushed down our throats right now. Even though I don't know if you'd say he's really getting a huge crowd hype out of it. I don't feel like he's been dominant, but I don't feel like he's been around enough to be given that huge title push and whatnot.
So I feel like you're right and wrong. Yeah, he hasn't been around long enough. However, Solo Sikoa just being underneath the bloodline and Roman Reigns enforcer and being like, his number one guy, it gives Solo it gives him the push. Like, you see what happened the last time that they thought that Solo was going to put on the necklace and claim tribal chief. Everybody cheered. Everybody was going crazy.
Yep.
The moment Solo Sikoa decides to turn on Roman, he's the best baby face in the game at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's like a hidden gem. It's always kind of lurking there in the shadows. They kind of test it out just to see what's going on. They pull it back. They throw it out there a little bit more, and then they're going to pull it back. Like, yeah, I do agree. I feel like there is going to be a segment where, Roman might say something to Solo, and Solo might give him that look. And then maybe Paul Heyman might shake his head, tell Solo no, and he might just stop, or, and Roman doesn't see it. I don't know. But we're going to see. I feel like there's going to be some type of push to see something like this, because who else is Roman Reigns going to pass the belt to?
The torch on to, yeah, because he can't do it to one of the Usos at this point.
If he was going to pass it, if you're going to pass down the torch, wouldn't you rather pass it to one of your family members?
Yeah, that's true.
So you can say, like, this family has reigned the WWE for X amount of days or X amount of years, or, all that other shit. All that accumulated together, they've held the gold with the Usos and Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa for blah, blah, blah amount of time. Like, that's a whole nother milestone that no one's ever done, any family. So that could be a thing.
And I'm going to kind of throw a long leash out here on this, because LA Knight came out after the Bloodline talked all their trash and stuff and said he's going to take out the Bloodline members one by one until he gets back to Roman. He said he's going to take out Jimmy. That's what he did. He beat Jimmy again. It was LA Knight versus Jimmy last night. It gave LA Knight some closure on that betrayal. But in his mind, though, he did not forget. He's not done with the Bloodline, obviously. He said next on his list will be Solo Sikoa. That's going to be a little bit of a harder target to go through than Jimmy Uso.
With the right situation and the right time in WWE and the writers to work 24/7, they'll make it work.
So, this is kind of where I see it going. And, this is all predictions and, possible ideas.
Fantasy booking and fun.
I see LA Knight beating Jimmy. I see him beating Solo Sikoa. LA Knight says he's not done with the Universal title. Obviously, he wouldn't still be messing around with the Universal title opportunities in that area if there wasn't a potential for them to give him another match. I see him going through Jimmy. I see him beating Solo Sikoa. I feel like we're saying that at some point Solo's going to betray Roman. I think personally that he's going to beat those two. He's going to get another opportunity at Roman's title, and we could potentially see a Solo Sikoa face turn, helping LA Knight pick up the victory against Roman Reigns. That's something fans would love to see. They would love to see LA Knight carry the title. Roman needs to be able to take his time off.
Yeah.
So
you're not wrong.
That's a good way to go with it.
I like your prediction, but do we have LA Knight win the Rumble?
You mean to give him another opportunity?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you do. But then you got to factor in. You've also got this to factor in. LA Knight was getting beat down by the Bloodline last night on Friday Night SmackDown. Cody for the save. Cody's now getting back involved with the bloodline. So where does all this factor in? A lot of people predict that Cody's going to be the one to take the title from Roman at WrestleMania. But
I feel like Cody's going to take a title elsewhere, meaning maybe Seth Rollins.
That'd be a good one
because they're in war games together.
Yeah,
they're in war games together, and you've seen the segment that they had. I don't like you, you don't like me, but at least
for one night,
you know. And he said we can do it for one night. I think they're going to win war games, and Cody's going to come to him and be like, "Hey, you know." I think there's gonna be a point where Cody Rhodes saves Seth Rollins' ass, and Seth Rollins is gonna do the favor. He's gonna return this. He's gonna return the favor,
like he did with Sammy.
And within War Games, though, I think they're gonna notice that, and he's gonna, you know, Seth Rollins is an honorable guy. He's gonna honor it and give Cody Rhodes another title shot at WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all.
So. Then it leads us, the final, the bit of information I have to share for Friday night SmackDown results. We lead into the number one contenders match for the undisputed Universal Tag Team Championships. We had the Brawling Brutes versus Pretty Deadly versus the Street Profits. It's an opportunity to be able to face a Judgment Day for the tag team title belts. They had the Street Profits pick this up. Street Profits have been an unstoppable force lately. Well, under the reigns of Bobby Lashley. What I foresee happening here, because if they were just going to leave the titles on the Judgment Day, they would have had the Brawling Brutes or Pretty Deadly pick it up, because they're not really pushing those two teams right now. But the Street Profits picked it up. And they're trying to, I think they're trying to break these titles away from the same factions that they keep bouncing in between. And I foresee the Street Profits picking up that victory next week against the Judgment Day to take the titles. Whether it be an interference to keep the Judgment Day looking strong, Bobby Lashley.
JD McDonough's going to fuck up.
JD McDonough fuck up.
He's going to go in there and fuck it up.
He's going to try to help out, and he's going to cause something that's going to fuck something up. And the Judgment Day is going to lose their titles.
Well, I believe you completely on that one, just for the simple fact of, like, they have not pushed or flexed or thrown out, the Judgment Day with those titles. Like, they're not really flexing those titles like that. Like, when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens had them motherfuckers, they were out there on every motherfucking show, twice.
Yeah, they're just holding on to the belts.
Just coming out there flexing that shit and talking to everybody. We can do whatever the fuck, When Kofi Kingston and them had it, you'd see them on different brands. They're just flexing that shit. We're the tag team champions. Like, who? But now the Judgment Day have them. I don't see anything. There's nothing. So it means that they're not going to hold them. Like, there's no reason to flex a title that you're not going to hold. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you win a title and you're not going to really hold it, nothing besides, like, a couple of weeks, you're not going to really flex it.
What's your opinion here, Big Baby?
Oh, man. The Judgment Day is about to break down. It's about to be over. Adding Drew McIntyre into the mix. I don't know if Damian Priest is going to be leader for long.
No. No, and I think that's what Rhea Ripley. So Rhea Ripley had made that comment that I think it's good to have a leader for Survivor Series, for War Games. But I don't think she meant Damian. And that's why she invited Drew McIntyre into the
He shook hands with the man at the top of the stage.
Yep, she shook hands with him because she believes he is the true leader for the Judgment Day.
And then, now that kind of goes into the mystery fifth man. If Drew's added in to this match, Randy Orton comes back.
Yes, but there's also that questioning of why did Cody Rhodes save LA Knight on Friday Night SmackDown?
They saved each other before.
But Cody Rhodes came from Raw specifically to do that, to step in against the Bloodline. He's showing LA Knight that he's going to help him. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. So LA Knight could be potentially that fifth member for the War Games.
I don't see why not. He hates the Bloodline just like anybody else. And what it seems like, instead of getting a certain faction of people, it's all the people that have been like
done wrong.
Recently, very recently been done by the bloodline.
In the Judgment Day.
Yeah, that's how I see that. They're just putting the people together that have just been really wronged.
Yep. Absolutely.
The reason why I said the bloodline, Cody Rhodes, screwed by the bloodline. Jey Uso, you already know the bad blood between that. You know what I'm saying? LA Knight, he's currently dealing with that. So, it's just a list of people that have already been dealing with it. Sami Zayn, he hates the bloodline.
And if the Hollywood strike thing was still going on, we know John Cena would be involved in there somewhere. I mean, he wouldn't have gone back.
I don't think John Cena would have done a War Games match in this day and age. If it would have been a younger John Cena, possibly. But how many times have you seen John Cena in Hell in a Cell or Elimination Chamber or a TLC match? You feel me? Like John Cena, it's no offense towards him, but he's not really that type of guy.
Maybe he's not a specialist wrestler.
Maybe a steel cage, but Hell in a Cell, probably not.
Well, we're seeing him in TLCs like with Edge back in the day, and
very few.
He was more of the last man standing, first blood, I quit type guy.
Yeah.
Definitely the I quits and shit.
Last man standing.
He definitely was dominating the I quit matches. Like, he made Batista quit.
Yep.
And Batista is one of my dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never forget that.
He never quit against The Miz.
Made that man say I quit and tossed his ass over anyways. Do my man's like that.
Yep.
But you were about to say, moving past the results, we're not done yet.
All right.
We're not done yet. So we're just gonna skip past this whole Rey Mysterio
situation
and Santos Escobar
and Dragon Lee,
and
Carlito.
Like we're not gonna skip past this little feud. This is something this is another I told you so moment, because I said something about it months and months and months ago when they were on the Grayson Waller show. I was like, did you not see the way that he kind of looked at him? He just kind of like looked at the title and just kind of like looked at him for a brief moment.
Yep.
But no one was said anything. It was never, there was no highlights of it, or no one focused on it. But I noticed the way he looked at it. I was like, he's looking at him kind of strange.
Yep.
And then they went right back to talking and saying that they were best friends and that they'd never just switch up and blah, blah, blah.
But then we've seen at this last pay-per-view, Carlito called it out, and I none of us fucking caught it. None of us.
I did rewatch it. You're right.
Yeah,
I did rewatch it.
When we rewatched back on the pay-per-view, the Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio, when that guy had the brass knucks to give the Logan Paul, Santos Escobar stopped him, beating him down, took the brass knucks and laid them on the fucking side apron for Logan Paul to reach and grab. And those same brass knucks were used on Rey Mysterio to defeat him for the U.S. title. Yeah, Santos Escobar definitely has some issues. He's definitely pissed the fuck off.
Well, I mean, it's very obvious at this point now. It's
he
already attacked Mysterio. Fucking like disrespected Zelina. Told his other two fucking like tag team partners of his faction. You guys are useless. I don't need you. Get out of my ring. Go.
Yep.
So it's the breakdown of Delgado Fantasma. So.
Yeah, and then you got Dragon Lee coming out wanting. He actually originally, I think, wanted a match against Santos Escobar, and Nick Aldis said, "No, I have another opponent in mind for you to do a tribute match." Axiom. Yep. And that was one hell of a damn match between those two.
His golden ratio is the move that I plan on working on. That's one of the moves that I wanted to use.
Yep, and Dragon Lee and Axiom put on a hell of a show. Dragon Lee did pick up the victory, but, man, let's not take anything away from Axiom. Man, that dude can move.
Mm-hmm.
I love lucha matches, man. They are just awesome.
If you ask me, Axiom would be in my top 10. He's definitely in my top 10. He's one of my hidden gem characters that I like.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Big Baby?
So we got some Ring of Honor news. I know that's kind of random, but Ronda Rousey makes ROH debut at the tapings.
Okay.
I wish I knew more about the reason why Ronda Rousey left WWE, because
I thought she was retiring.
I did too, or I just thought she was just at least taking a break. Well, because she always said that WWE was always her dream to, after she got knocked the fuck out in UFC multiple times. Baby back bitch.
Maybe that's why she left, because WWE partnered with the UFC.
Oh.
She was done with the UFC, and then now her dream partners with the company she left because she was done with it.
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, because like that, you got to think when it's UFC, we're talking about real bad blood between these people. So the biggest fear of everybody as soon as this partnership happened is like people from UFC coming over to WB. And make no mistake, it could happen. They doesn't mean that they're going to open up the floodgates for all of them, but some of them maybe if you're big enough name, and if there's enough bad blood between you and Ronda Rousey, yeah, that brings back older shit.
Yeah.
And what we've noticed in the past with UFC fighters, some of them let that shit still go. Like Braun Strowman has suffered a concussion from Brock Lesnar before because there's real bad blood between the two at a certain point. Those two men do not like each other in real life.
No.
So like, what I'm saying? Like, this it could be that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That could be the reason why she left. Like, oh, you guys are about to partner with them in 4 months. Okay, well, sign my contract out early. I'll pay you back this much.
Yep.
Gone. But Ring of Honor, I mean, it's a good fit. She's gonna learn how to wrestle down there.
Yeah,
she'll be able to wrestle other promotions. Like she could at some point maybe end up in AEW for a little bit. Do some wrestling with the females there.
I think New Japan Wrestling
and JPW. Yeah, she's got all those opportunities now.
I think Ring of Honor was a good starting point for her, though. I think that's a great location for her to go, learn how to run the ropes just a little bit better. And I think, in the next 10 years, maybe 5 years, we're going to have a badass wrestler.
It just sucks that she went through all that work to get like the okay to use like Ronda Rowdy Piper or Ronda whatever.
Rowdy Piper.
Yeah, so like it's a lot to get that okay, and now that name is just kind of like sitting on the stands, like it's just sitting on the cupboard somewhere else, just kind of collecting dust.
Shelves, yep.
Like you can't use it, you can't take it anywhere. WWE still kind of owns it, so it's like
Oh yeah, because it's Rowdy.
Yeah, so it's like you got the okay, and did all this stuff, but you can't use that name anywhere else.
Yep.
So did a little digging. Ric Flair's multi-year contract to AEW. This is why he was signed. He has now released a Woo energy drink. It is now the drink of AEW.
AEW had to have shucked out some dollars for that.
That's interesting. I mean, that's pretty cool. I guess he would just be on the show just to promote his drink after a while. Like, he's going to be on there doing the Sting thing. But after that's all said and done, he's just going to kind of be on there just promoting his energy drink and talking shit and just doing what the Nature Boy does best.
Facts.
Yep.
That's interesting. I did not know that. Multi-year fucking contract. Damn.
Yeah,
that dude's gonna die.
Have the man. Gotta have the man on there. That
does he not have anything else to fucking do?
I guess not. He did it all. He did it all while he was wrestling.
Like, bro, what the fuck?
He lived his best years while he was wrestling.
Like, I'm not a Ric Flair fan. I do respect Ric Flair and everything he's done, and I do follow a lot of shit that he does. I'm just not a fan of his gimmick. I'm a fan of the man he is and what he's done for wrestling, though. But damn, dude, give it up. Give it the fuck up, man. Give it the fuck up.
So, also some heartbreaking news. Daniel Bryanson has announced his retirement for 2024. Said he can no longer do it.
Oh, that's for real then.
It's for real.
That's like for real. Yeah. If he's done with AEW, then that means that he's for real. Like he can't do it anymore.
He broke his orbital bone.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. Yeah. It's really sad. It's really shitty. But that doesn't mean that this is the last time we're gonna see him. He's just retired.
Yeah.
Mind you, like, that doesn't mean he's gonna be that he could be part of medic crew. He could be a GM eventually.
Trainer.
Like, trainer. He could be someone's manager and just not wrestle. We've seen plenty of people do it. MVP did it for years for the Hurt Business. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we do that. But damn, how you feel?
I mean, it sucks. Brian Danielson, he was a hell of a performer. He had some wicked ass moves. He could move around that ring, and the fact that he now has to retire because of this injury, it sucks. But like you said, he could be a trainer, medic. He could still be involved with stuff. He just can't be a full time
trainer
ring anymore. So sucks, but it's part of life.
Doesn't mean you won't see him on screen.
Nope.
Doesn't mean his screen.
He can be a manager.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he can still just be backstage, just giving everybody advice. He doesn't mean he's not going to be around. He's always going to be around. I mean, come on. He loves this shit.
Absolutely.
If you really love it that much, you're going to find a spot. Even if he just comes on as guest referee every once in a while, he's going to love this shit.
Maybe commentary.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean he has to be in a full-on match. He could be guest referee for a match, like a major pay-per-view. Someone might push him, and then he might deliver like one of his finishing moves to the person, and then the person gets pinned. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be where he's taking any real physical contact. They can still work him in there. He's still good at what he does. His demand's not like just broken and useless. I mean, he's still got a lot of usage in him. It's just you just can't do the certain specific part that you want to do. And that unfortunately happens a lot when it comes to like doing something this physical.
I mean, now having the neck and the eye injury, that really limits what you can do in the ring.
Yeah, it does. Especially if you can't see. That's how you end up getting knocked out. More injuries happening. You're either hurting other people or hurting yourself or misjudging things. Like,
He's done. After this year, that's it.
Yeah, he's done. He's completely done. Like, it's over with. So it is what it is. It's unfortunate as fuck. It really fucking is. But I think he'll find another spot for himself.
Yeah, he will. He'll figure out something. He'll still be involved with the wrestling world. But you know what? The man has given us years and years of great entertainment. It's time for him to also be able to spend time with his daughter and his wife and stuff, and just enjoy life. So,
I mean, look at Titus O'Neil. He's not a real fucking wrestler. I mean, the last time we see him, didn't that motherfucker fall underneath the ring?
He went right under that. He goes running down. I was like, where'd he go? I can see.
And then he got up and waved.
Like, somebody in the ring that seen that, like, had to break character for a second. Like, there are people, W characters break character more than people think.
Yeah, you see two guys in the ring just going at it, and then they're like,
like,
cut the camera away.
I've seen Bray Wyatt break character, Randy Orton break character, Jay and Jimmy Uso break character. I've seen Roman Reigns break character, and I've seen
I've seen Brock Lesnar break character for the kids.
I've seen him break it for another, for just just the Southern dude. He just kept saying all this Southern shit to him, and Brock Lesnar could not resist. Yep. But yeah, kids definitely break the bloodline. When it comes down to the bloodline, kids break their character more than anything.
So Resovich says Daniel Bryan also said that he was going to retire when he got his back messed up and his whole legs went numb. Like, we've heard this before, like he said he was going to retire. Yes, we have, but an orbital bone injury like that, it takes a toll.
That's your whole eyeball.
It's the whole socket area. And you got to be very cautious with that. Yes, a back injury, same thing. But yeah, you're not wrong. If he heals, he could potentially try to make a little bit of a comeback at some point.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I give like Seth Rollins maybe a total of like 5 more years.
Maybe, yeah. With the back,
absolutely.
At some point, he's going to find the right opponent that he thinks deserves to hold that belt, and it's going to be it.
Yeah.
So now we move into our new segment. For the first time ever, we're going to try this out. It's called Sign or Pass. So I name off a superstar, and you say you'd sign him or you'd pass him.
Are we talking about sign to what? Or like just sign in general?
Just sign in general.
And why you would sign them.
And why you'd sign them.
Okay.
First up is CM Punk.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that. I was like, I hope he doesn't fucking say that shit. Because like, oh my god, I don't even want to discuss it. No, pass.
Yeah, me as a promoter, if I'm running a wrestling business, CM Punk comes to me, hey, I'd love to wrestle for your company. No. Because of the fact, one, you're not going to offer him enough money that he's going to bitch about the amount of money you're offering him. Second off, he fights with everybody that he wrestles with.
Yeah,
he causes problems. He causes drama. He causes stuff that shouldn't be going on. And the fact that he does that, that's just a big turnoff for any promoter.
Yeah, I can't have you in there just, like we've interviewed tons of wrestlers.
Wrestling Bitch says pass. Agreed.
We've interviewed tons of wrestlers, bro. And how many of them have said that the locker room morale is always good? You know what I'm saying? And you have CM Punk who's fucking it up.
Yep. That
means your whole entrance is going to be off because you're going to be thinking about what this punk ass nigga just said before you walked out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. No, that throws your mood off. So you might not be smiling as much or frowning as much, or you might not be interacting with the crowd as much as you normally do in your entrances. Then you notice that. No, I'm not going to have a decline in my fucking locker room and having motherfuckers quit left and right and complain because of this motherfucker. No. Absolutely not. You can join the other guy's brand.
Yep, absolutely. All right.
Yep. No for me. We give you the world title, and then now I want more money. Now I want ice cream bars. Now I want this. Now I want that. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. You have just as much as
you're the world heavyweight champion of the fucking world of this company. You are the face of this brand. You are getting checks from merchandise, from movies, from all. He was getting left and right checks from everything, and it wasn't good enough. Fuck you, CM Punk.
Stay away.
What about Jeff Hardy?
Ooh.
What? You have to take Matt Hardy with him.
Oh.
I'd sign him. Just because of the simple fact they are one of the greatest tag teams out there. I agree on that. I would definitely sign them because that would put asses in seats. The crowd would be going wild. And they can run with them titles like no other. Like even in their age now. They just know how to perform. Jeff Hardy still puts his body on the line because he loves giving the fans what they want. I would definitely sign them. Big Baby?
I'm going to sign them, but, Jeff Hardy's really risky with the drugs and alcohol. But I'm still a major fan, and he puts asses in, he puts butts in seats. I cannot talk tonight. He puts butts in seats. So
asses is in seats.
So I'm gonna have to take him.
Sit down in your seat.
I think I would sign him.
Yeah,
I think I'd sign them. It would just be. I think it would come with hardships a little bit, not as much as like CM Punk, but like, we've seen Jeff Hardy.
Matt's in catering.
I've seen Jeff Hardy like fucked up in the ring, dude. When he was with TNA, like I've seen Eric Bischoff have to come out there when he was going against Sting. I remember watching the Sting interview on that match actually, and he was like, "Yeah, he just reeked of fucking alcohol," and he was out there. He's like, he was being excessively rough and just sloppy, and he's like didn't know where he was at, and He's like, Eric Bischoff came out there and told me to finish the match.
So Wrestling Bitch 29 says, sign or no sign, Drew McIntyre.
Oh, that's easy.
Who's
easy. Not going to sign him?
Drew McIntyre is a powerhouse. He makes a great world champion, a heavyweight champion.
He can do heel or babyface.
Great charisma, heel or face. He just great charisma all around. Drew McIntyre, you are signed. Thank you.
Okay, let's do this a little bit harder. What about Cameron Grimes?
I don't know enough about him myself to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I would sign him because just what I've seen.
Oh, it's an automatic sign.
He's young. He's athletic.
Yeah.
I've been watching this motherfucker since NXT, bro. Like, I love Cameron Grimes. Like, Cameron Grimes. Like, that is my boy. Like, I'm signing that contract immediately. Like, yes, sir.
So let's I definitely would sign him. Let's throw one in there that hasn't made it to a major industry yet. A&B, Austin Michael Baldridge. He comes to you. You're running a big promotion. He's been busting his ass out there. You've seen him as the Midwest heavyweight champion. He wants a chance to be able to prove himself. Are you signing him or declining him?
A&B, am I going to sign him or decline him? I wouldn't decline A&B. Would I jump on the bandwagon and be like, I'm going to sign him? I feel like I would have someone scout A&B heavily.
Yep.
I would scout him on at least 10 shows, if not 15. So I would scout A&B for probably about a year, maybe 6 months, and then I would probably sign him.
Wrestling Bitch 29 says, "Oh, I'm signing him. He's already signed."
Like, I don't think A&B's. It's not because I don't have faith in A&B or I don't think he's like worthy or worth it. It's just the fact that like I don't feel like I've seen A&B at his full growth potential yet.
No,
I see that he's obviously in every show that he's in. He keeps going higher and higher. So I don't think A&B fully has like. I don't think he even fully understands all that he can do yet. So I would definitely be in A&B's inbox.
Yep.
I would be at his family cookouts. I would, you know what I'm saying? I would be, be giving him t-shirts. I would be his number. I would be in his face. We'd be talking all the time about
So the way I would go about it, if I owned a big company like WWE or AEW or something, the kid's got potential. He really knows how to wrestle. He loves the business. I would start him out on something like an NXT type show or AEW Dark, something, a smaller brand to see what he's got, to prove himself. And then once I feel that potential has gone up and I can really see that he is shining and shining like crazy, let's bring him on board to the bigger.
I throw him in NXT.
Yeah, I'd throw him in NXT as well.
Yep. I would bring him on to the bigger shows once he's really proved it and it earned his fan base out there with the bigger crowds. Then I would bring him in because then I know that the fans love him and that the dollars are going to be coming in to see him and the asses are going to be in the seats to be there for his shows. So, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I would sign him to NXT for sure.
All right.
For sure. Conan Lycan?
Oh,
I would sign him.
Conan Lycan, same thing. Oh, yeah, that man. There's no question about that man is crazy, man. Athletic. For a man his size can move.
Well, what if you had to pick between signing Conan Lycan or what's his name? The other big dude.
Madman?
Yeah, Madman Fulton.
Madman Fulton and Conan Lycan. I would still go with Conan.
Really?
Yes, because I feel that Madman is a beast. He's a monster.
I think I would have to sign Madman over Conan. I feel like there's too many people like Conan's size. Madman is an abnormal sized man.
Well, Madman's an abnormal sized man, and he can move and he can perform. But I feel like the athletic agileness and the ability to move about the ring goes to Conan.
I feel like Conan might be slightly more agile, correct. However, I feel like Madman's performance and his character in the ring and it screams out louder than Conan's. Like when you see Conan, yeah, Conan's great.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, I'm not taking anything from Conan. Like the dude's fucking fantastic.
Make sure to hit the subscribe button, y'all.
But but Madman Fulton he gives you a more, you feel more in tune with his character.
Yeah.
You feel more in depth with his character. Like this Madman is really what the fuck, you see him up there spitting and drooling and shit. Like he really plays into it. When you hear Conan Lycan,
well, and he's also already been part of a huge faction, Sanity and NXT. So I mean, yeah, a promoter's probably going to look at Madman Fulton more because he's got more on his repertoire.
But Conan Lycan just kind of, besides his athletic ability and in the ring ability, what do you know about his character? What do you know about his gimmick? Is there a gimmick? Like, what is he? He's just Conan Lycan.
Yeah.
But you don't know anything. Even Chad Gable comes out with like the Wrestling Academy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kurt Angle came out with, I'm a gold medalist Olympian. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has something that they attach themselves to. I don't feel like there's anything that Conan Lycan attaches himself to make himself stand out. Like, besides his athletic ability, there's nothing about Conan Lycan about his gimmick that stands out.
He needs a little more
oomph. Like, what is it?
Presenting what his gimmick is, yes.
I don't know what it is.
So, Wrestling Dog said, any thoughts on WWE recently in general? I feel like WWE, ever since signing with Endeavor and UFC, I think that they're introducing a lot more of the younger stars, kind of getting them in there and presenting who they really are. They brought some really good talent back in. So, I feel like WWE is kind of on the climb back up, signing with a bigger company like this. Kind of getting the reign out from under the McMahons and kind of introducing a whole new era to us with wrestlers.
You want to make WWE better? How about you sign back all those fucking people that you fucking fired? How about you bring back all those fucking contracts that you fired for no fucking reason?
Yeah, because they have the money now.
Bring back Sarah Logan.
Sarah Logan is in.
Oh, yeah, no. She's
Valhalla.
Yeah.
Yep.
But bring her back as herself. When's the last time you've seen her?
Actually wrestle?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen her done like maybe 1 or 2 matches, and it was like some bullshit. Like, give us back Ruby.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yes, give us back fucking Dolph Ziggler. Like, give Batista enough money to come back. Everybody's been wanting another Batista run. Everybody. I would love another Batista run. So, like, bring some of these people back. Stop bringing back some of the same old people. Don't bring back Goldberg. Bring back Batista. Like, do something. Like, they should be doing a lot fucking more. They are bringing some NXT talent. I do like that, but I feel like they could still be pushing it. But they do have a budget because they are running both companies. So UFC brings in people and scouts people literally every fucking year. WWE needs to start doing the same.
Yep.
And I think they will.
All right.
So we go to a what if moment. We have not done one of these since Spotify. So Troy, this is number 2 or maybe number 3 of what ifs.
Yeah, it's number 3 because we did 2 segments when we first did it back on Spotify. We did a 2-part episode of what ifs.
Okay. First what if episode on season 2.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
All right, what do we got, big baby?
What if Triple H did not create the idea for the Elimination Chamber? What if Eric Bischoff was not the general manager of Raw at the time while introducing the Elimination Chamber? It was one of the greatest matches of all time.
We wouldn't have it. There wouldn't be an Elimination Chamber if Triple H hadn't brought the idea in and if Eric Bischoff hadn't been there to present it and make it great. Because we all know that Eric Bischoff was one of the greatest GMs out there. We weren't, fans of Bischoff, but that's because he was a heel.
I feel like you do have a point, but I feel like someone else would have came out with something else. It's just the fact the Elimination Chamber was so big, they're like, fuck it, we don't need these other ideas. We're already doing that. That's already, or it's something that's too similar to Elimination Chamber. We're like, we already do something similar to that. We're not doing that. I think it would have been something else. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe they would have made like a coffin match, elimination match, or something like that. Or I don't know. I have no idea. They might have even gotten a little bit more crazier with like the Hell in a Cell. I have no idea what they would have done. I mean, shit. If they wouldn't have done
like a split Hell in a Cell, like
I think Shawn Michaels won the world title back in that match.
That's true. But who knows how long they've had ideas for things like War Games?
Here's something
before they presented it. That could have been an idea 20 years ago. That they're just
Cody Rhodes' dad invented that.
Here's something that.
Yeah. Dusty Rhodes.
See, so that's something that he could have came up with.
Here's a great idea they could have came out with. Like taking Hell in a Cell and making it into something like the 4 chambers of hell. So you put a superstar in each chamber, and one door opens at a time, and it kind of introduces the wrestlers to each other at a certain time frame.
Like, so all the cells are connected.
Yep.
They would have taken a big fucking arena, but I mean they would have rented out football stadiums instead.
Yeah. Or just make the Hell in a Cell just slightly bigger and then split it into 4 chambers and they fight between the chambers.
That's true. But you got to put rings in all of those. Every ring is 20 foot. It's 20 feet. So like 20-foot ring.
They'd have to make like a 30-foot ring.
Like you 20-foot ring here, 20-foot, and then but it would have been they would have came out with it would have all came back to the elimination chamber because they would have been like, look here, guys, we spent way too fucking much money on steel and cranes trying to fucking do this shit. Okay, we can't keep doing this. Like fuck. But it would have been a great idea. You would have seen
the 4 chambers of hell, WWE.
You would have seen people burst in, like throw someone through the fucking Hell in a Cell on their end, where someone else is throwing in, and you know
I'm gonna post that on Wrestling with Bros page. What? Instead of the elimination chamber, the 4 chambers of hell.
The 4 chambers of hell.
We got a fan question. Favorite wrestler in WWE from Wrestling Dog.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that's like current, up to date.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna do like of all time because that's just too fucking hard. Put your fucking hand.
Everybody knows mine's Roman Reigns, so yeah, there's that. But picking another wrestler than Roman.
They said WE, so only WE.
Yeah. Picking another wrestler besides Roman. You picked yours first, I'm thinking.
You fucking dick writer. You can't fucking pick anybody because you fucking dick write them that hard. The tribal queef. Oh my god, bro. Yo,
LA Knight. LA Knight. What?
You fucking fanboy. You had to pick some of the biggest fucking stars. Like
Cody Rhodes.
See what I'm saying?
Seth Rollins.
See what I'm saying, bro? What the fuck is wrong?
Wrestling bitch says Cody Rhodes.
I would say
the bigger names always pop to your head first. But I guess, if you go with a smaller name,
pick one of each. So you said Roman Reigns. So pick a smaller one. Like an upcoming.
Oh, one like that's up and coming that's not in WWE yet?
That's in WWE.
It's in WWE.
Haven't made the main, they're not main event.
Dragon Lee.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Dragon Lee. I love Dragon Lee because he reminds me of Rey Mysterio. And Rey's always been one of my top favorite wrestlers. And he's like the next, because they tried it with several wrestlers. They tried it with Kalisto. He didn't make it. He did, but no, I'm saying he didn't make it in WWE as being like the next Rey Mysterio.
Wasn't Kalisto in Lucha House Party?
Yeah.
I loved them.
With it was Kalisto,
something Del Sol, and
it was Del Sol, Kalisto,
Sin Cara.
Sin Cara. They tried it with Sin Cara. They tried to make him the next Rey Mysterio. They went for a while. But they didn't build that career.
Didn't he fuck up on like the springboard into the ring?
Yes. He had to go back and do it again.
I thought he fucked himself up, bro.
He went to bounce, and instead of going over the top, he went through the fucking rope.
Bro, let me explain something. I don't know. We're going to get a little sidetracked, but I don't know if you played WWE 2K20. But when I was playing the career, and ironically, the dude's name is Trey. So I made him look like me, and his name is Trey. So as I'm going through the career, Sin Cara comes in for the Rumble. He jumps off the trampoline. The trampoline breaks. This man slams himself into the fucking ring. He fucks himself up. He takes himself out the Rumble, and my character walks past him just like, what the fuck? Like getting in the Rumble. So like after that, I had never seen or heard of anything of Sin Cara since then.
But I do feel like though that Dragon Lee could be the next.
Dragon Lee is pretty decent. Dragon Lee. If I had to pick two, I would pick Seth Rollins as my favorite in WWE. You know, no one's gonna go. You were picking one big one and pick one small
I know.
And then honestly for my. I usually would have picked Ricochet, but Ricochet has been letting me down within the past like 6 months of his career. So I would have to say Braun Breaker. Because Braun Breaker is smacking shit. Like that man is like if they don't use him correctly, he's gonna leave. But Braun Breaker is a force to reckon with. He is like He's like your white Big E if big like without a faction.
Yeah,
like
he doesn't have the atmosphere charisma though.
He definitely did when he was champion, but he turned heel. When they turned him heel, it changed changed everything. It kind of brought him down. They need to get him to go back to being babyface and doing what Braun Breaker does best, breaking people.
Yep, spears.
Like, Braun Breaker is dominating NXT for the longest time. No one could touch Braun Breaker. Like, yeah, we need to get him back.
Yeah.
What about
I'm gonna have to go for my little guy, Bronson Reed.
Okay.
That's not a little guy.
Well, that's up and coming. I'll have to go Bronson Reed.
He ain't a little guy.
He's up and coming.
He's a monster.
And then my favorite Brock.
Okay.
Brock
Lesnar.
The man has like 12 moves. Max.
I'm a fan. Him and Randy.
The man has 12 moves. I mean,
we have another question.
I fuck with it.
Do you guys know who your next guest is going to be? And if you do, can you tell us, Wrestling Bitch? We have some guests in mind, but we don't like to share that info beforehand. We like to keep our fans in suspense. So, yeah, no, we're not going to tell you. It's going to be a surprise.
What is today?
Today's the 18th.
18th?
Yep.
Is it the middle of the month?
Yes.
It is the middle of the month?
18th is right in the middle. Yeah.
Let me see. Damn, it is.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't. Well, yeah, I guess since you already said you won't want to tell him, I won't tell him. But
it's so far at the moment. Currently, it's right around the beginning of December. But we're working on
Trey Burger.
We are working on getting some other guests lined up before that. So yeah. Wrestling Bitch 29 says you go fight Brock Lesnar, Troy.
Me go fight Brock Lesnar? Listen. First off, me and Brock Lesnar we'd have a lot of good conversations right before the match. I would wrestle someone like Brock Lesnar size. Like, I'm not gonna say
he's eating you alive in the ring.
Listen.
He's taking shits bigger than you.
You seen Big Dude from Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go ahead. You go ahead and you deal with that. I'll deal with this, okay? Yeah, and see how you fucking.
I don't want to mess with the next big show.
Yo,
Jason was a big man from CSW, guys. Check him out. He is a monster.
Oh, we haven't told them. We haven't really told them, have we?
No, we have not.
We have not told them. Man. Well, coming soon, me and my tag team partner here.
Yep.
This past Thursday, we took a road trip up to Chicago, and we checked out Chicago style
Forest
wrestling.
Grove, Illinois. Yep.
We checked out.
Checked out the CSW.
Did you just fucking correct me?
Sorry.
I was like, what the fuck?
It's a habit. I'm sorry. It wasn't. It was Forest Grove. It was outside of Chicago.
See.
It was a suburb.
I'm about to start saying shit on here, bro.
It wasn't that big. It was.
We had a great road trip.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
sitting there bumping Dolph. I'm not even gonna
bumped a little country. You woke up and said, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah. What the fuck?
Troy passed out in the back seat.
Yo, so
Haley, so it's
so like my thing is like, we checked it out. It was great.
Yeah.
But coming soon, we definitely will be. You'll see a lot of us in CSW.
Yes. We're gonna make a name there.
We have officially decided, once we checked it out, we have officially decided to start training under CSW. So our goal is to be in there somewhat towards the 1st of December. So hopefully you'll see Wrestling with Bros kind of, a little bit more in the ring action.
We have a faction, but we ain't quite releasing the name yet.
Yes, we're not going to release the name yet.
Guys are going to love it. Let's just put it that way.
Yes, we have a lot of good ideas. We're going to be training under Steve Boz.
Great guy.
This man has had his hands in training with several WWE guys and AEW guys. And actually, Kalisto is one of them. Actually, Kalisto was at their last show.
Kalisto?
Straight out of his...
John Cena has been trained some by Steve Boz, CM Punk.
Mm-hmm. Steve Boz, definitely. Windy City
Samoa
Wrestling,
Joe.
all of that.
Yeah.
Wind City Wrestling, yeah.
Let's just naming a few of the great stars that he's trained. He's a legend himself, Steve Boz.
He is.
And
he is.
His gym it's awesome. It's a great experience. We got to experience some matches between some of the CSW wrestlers. They have great personas. They have just a great chemistry in that ring with each other. Even with the newer guys, they welcomed them. They welcomed them. They got in there and they were just showing them. When you could enter into a gym like that and you watch the main trainer, the guy that owns the place, get in the ring with them and make sure that they are understanding exactly what they're supposed to be doing. So it's great. So we got some congratulations from the fans. Thank you guys. We really appreciate that. But yeah,
this has been a dream come true. Like, man, it's one thing to watch life. It's one thing to watch the shows live, man, but
when you get to experience it and do it yourself, that's a whole different level of excitement.
When you're behind the scenes actually watching this happen and watching how it kind of goes down, like, it's different.
Yeah.
And like, I've wrestled for different promotions before, but like, this is where I've wanted to be. Like, CSW, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was almost unachievable just because they're a high caliber wrestling company. But we did what we had to do, and
we went up there and spoke to the man. He was completely on board with us coming.
Which, by the way, I'm gonna let everybody know. No, you cannot normally just hit up CSW and go up there and sit by a training session and do all that we did.
That's not something they allow. No,
that's not a normal thing at all.
He just had a great feeling with us coming up there and stuff. We kind of expressed who we were, what we do, and we told him we were with Wrestling with Bros podcast and stuff. And he's like, you know what? Yeah, he's like, normally I don't do this, but I have a good feeling with you guys. So yes, I would love you guys to come up here and check us out, see what we do. And then you guys can make your choice from there as to what you want to do.
So. Now, we're not going to go into details about, behind the scenes of like everything that we've seen. That's why we didn't post any footage. Otherwise, we would have. But out of respect for the wrestlers and the gym, we kept it private. Kept it all private. But that's where we want. That's where we want to be. They got a good, decent sized roster. Doesn't matter what you want to learn, what style you are, they can teach it. They got plenty of people for that and the great moral support.
Another thing that I really liked was Steve Boz. He's honest. I mean, straightforward about stuff. He's really big with the older style of wrestling, which is a good thing because the older style is going to teach you from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to learn that, and then you add onto your repertoire from there.
See, because he trains the old style, but he also understands the new style. So he's not just stuck on his ways. He is, he knows what's up and coming. He knows all the new stuff. So it's great. It's great. I can't wait to be a part of it because this is like a dream come true. This is stuff that like people always dream about when they're kids, and we made it happen. It's been a long journey. It's going to be even a little bit longer, but this is what makes the greats greater. Is this stuff right here?
Yep.
So tune in soon. You're definitely going to see us in CSW.
Yes.
And I'm not going to drop any names on the roster yet, but I do have 1 or 2 matches in mind.
Yep, same here. I have some ideas of some guys I'd love to face.
Oh, yeah.
Just getting a sneak peek like that definitely gave me a peek of what I want. So
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Big baby?
Nope, that's all on my side.
All right, so I do have a little rant I would love to get out before we close this out tonight.
Oh, boy.
Randy Orton.
Oh, my God.
This is my rant tonight.
Here we go.
So, Randy Orton been out for a long time, almost 2 years because of this back situation.
Yeah.
We keep getting teases after teases after teases of you could potentially be coming back here, could be coming back there. Please, if you are going to be coming back, please come back. We want to see you in a ring again. So please, Randy, please come back. Make it official so we can see you in a ring again, see some RKOs, whatever you're going to be doing. Please make it happen. Stop teasing us. If you're not going to come back, make it official online. Tell people, hey, look, I'm done. This is what's going to happen. I'm spending time with my family, and just enjoy that, man. But please stop teasing us. What you guys? What you guys?
You're talking about Randy Orton, bro. There's gonna be teasers. He's a legend. You realize he doesn't do the legend killer shit anymore. There's a good fucking reason.
Because he is a legend.
You realize he is a legend. So we're waiting for the next legend killer. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he deserves all this. It's the same thing when it was John Cena, bro. Same fucking thing. If The Rock were to return, they're gonna promote the fuck out of it. They're gonna tease it, say certain things, drop certain things here. I think it's deserved. He's a legend. He deserves it. I feel like it's only right. But I do feel like we might see a slight sneak peek of Randy Orton here at Survivor Series.
Yeah. I do feel Survivor Series is a good place. They also did say that this coming week's Monday Night Raw is actually the exact same arena that Randy Orton last wrestled in before he left out on injury. So it's a good chance Monday Night Raw might be big. And do keep your eyes open, guys, because we will be doing a watch-along Monday Night Raw this week. So there's some big stuff coming. So
Major. I cannot wait.
What's your thoughts on Randy Orton, Big Baby, before we close this out?
I've been talking for weeks since Spotify. I need a fucking RKO on my fucking TV. I need it to happen. I need his presence back. The crowd needs it. The universe needs it.
It's time. It on Spotify. Randy, please come back. Come on.
Damn.
It's a whole episode.
Yeah, it really is.
The whole episode.
Randy, please come back.
We were talking about Randy was actually talking to his ring attire gear guy, and that he was having new gear made at that time when we were talking about it.
Yep.
So you can't be out there making gear if you're not potentially returning to the ring. Like, come on, let's go.
What gear? What new gear would Randy
New
Orton
boots.
come out? Oh.
New boots, new knee pads, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I thought you were talking about maybe a whole different design.
It's potential. I mean, that is a possibility if he's making new gear. So
Randy Orton as a baby face all of a sudden.
He was a baby face when he left.
Randy Orton can be an okay guy. He's never been a good guy.
He always backs down someone.
He's never been a good guy. Like he's
that Viper.
He's just a guy that happens to do good things at certain times.
Yeah,
that the fans like.
Yep.
But he's never been a good guy. He's not like Johnny Gargano. Like he's never been a cheerful good guy. Even with Matt Riddle, he was still never a real cheerful person. He was still kind of like the grouch of the Smurfs. You still love him, you still like him, but he's a grouchy motherfucker.
All right. So, honorable mentions tonight. Honorable mentions go out to CSW. We greatly appreciate you giving us this opportunity. Honorable mention to Steve Boss. Your gym was amazing. It was awesome. It was a great experience, and we look forward to doing business with you, man. And we really do. And we look forward to all the training and information you have to provide us, because our ears are going to be open and there's not going to be any disagreeing on anything, because we know you are the man. So we're going to get it. Troy?
Honorable mentions obviously go to BOZ, Steve Balls. You know what I'm saying? That shit was great, bro. You know, I'm glad to be part of it. I'm just really honored and glad to be part of it, to be honest. It still has me kind of like shocked and kind of has me lost for words. I've been in this weird trance.
Feels like a dream.
Yeah.
Like it didn't really happen.
Been in this weird trance ever since I've like left there. So shout out, honorable mentions to you and everybody in the CSW gym. Raphael, I'm gonna see you soon, buddy.
Oh yeah, we see it. We walked in the gym and I was like, wait, is that Raphael? What the hell? Holy crap. Yes.
Kantaro, I'm coming for you soon.
Yep.
Baby.
Shout out to you guys for, not giving up, holding that head up, and making your dreams come true. I'm proud of my team. You guys have done really hard work for the podcast, and you're doing hard work to become wrestlers, and you're succeeding in both sections, and that's hard to do. So shout out to you guys.
Thank you.
I know it's not the end of the month. I know that, but I do have an employee of the month in mind.
Okay.
I think you should take it this time, Big Baby.
Oh.
You should take it this time. I think you should definitely take employee of the month. He's definitely like stepped up. He's worked really hard to make this whole entire show tonight.
Yeah.
Like I'd never make any notes, but like
when you create these episodes, that's the episodes we need in between when we're not doing interviews and we're not, recording lives at other events and stuff. We need these episodes to keep our fans in touch with what's going on with wrestling and with the wrestling world itself. And it also gives us a chance, as your co-host and your analyst, to be able to say what we're doing behind the scenes, what we're experiencing with our life choices right now.
Yeah, bro, I get a break. Do you know how hard it is to look up all this research and all these people? That shit gets excruciating at times.
It does.
But I love it though.
Yeah,
I love it though, because you get to see all the different aspects of these wrestlers and know all of their background before they even come in. Like you can tell their very first televised actual official match. And they get shocked by that. They're like, damn, you know that? Like, yeah, we know. I know. We know things here.
Yep.
So, it's just been great. It's been great. But like I said, definitely employee of the month, because I couldn't put this show together. I couldn't put tonight's show together. You got me fucked up. I'm an analyst. Like I can't put it together. So like, yeah, he definitely held weight and carried us throughout this whole show.
Yep.
So
much love.
I vote Big Baby employee of the month.
Well, December.
You heard it from our team. You had us for an hour and 8 minutes of our night. I'm Big Baby Ben.
Judas Black.
Troy Black, baby.
And this has been another amazing episode of Wrestling with Bros. Thank you, fans. Thank you,